Hey guys, it's Alex. I'm back with this possibly U-change it lock. Got her upside down because I was just experimenting with SPPing it. Having trouble interpreting the feedback from the pins or whatever the detainer mechanisms are in here. So I'm using one of my picks that has the best feedback, although it usually doesn't fit, but in this case it does. I'm just not quite sure how to interpret the feedback I'm getting. This stupid lock. Let's try this guy. These all feel like good falls. There it is. Diamond for the win. Alright. I think we've earned a disassembly now. And I have a feeling that a normal follower is going to be a bit too small. Okay, here's the cylinder. This is the 9 o'clock position that you're looking at right now. Why don't we see if we can put the key in and see what happens. Not a hell of a lot, to be honest. Okay. So, I'm going to turn it gently this way. So there are what look like pin tumblers there. And I have a feeling that this is a U-change, because this all looks like mechanism that would help you alter the the set position of these things. So why don't we take a bit of this apart and see what's going on. Pin with what appears to be an adjustable length on it, and I'm suspecting that some variation of turning or pushing this little slidey madoodle thing here, there we go, shoots that part out into your lap. So what we have is this part that goes on the inside. How does that look? So you can see it has little notches on it. Okay, we have this little hollow bit with this piece of metal that slides in and out, and a spring. So I'm now going to daringly take apart the plug, or I'm sorry, the core, and I really have no idea what's going to come flying out of here. So let's zoom out. A little fatter than your normal driver, but it's a little cylinder, oops, with like a little tube on one end, and a little spring that lives down in there. So that's your driver, and that makes sense because it's around the same diameter as the key pin. What I see is that there are two different diameters, which correspond with the fact that the plug is a little fatter at the front than the back. That's normal, except it's quite a lot more dramatic here. It is curious that these springs will go so high. I have a feeling that if we look at one of these little cam doodads here, let's see, it would fit just like that, which is the orientation that it would be in the lock. So what does this do? Well, what it means, so we have drivers that have holes in them, which is going to allow them to compress more than they otherwise would. So that spring should be able to compress probably all the way down into there, right? Whereas normally you'd need more clearance to press it that high. And then we have these little guys, which live here. So I've got two of them back in place. Okay. When the cylinder is in its locked position, they press these little metal flats into here so that the pin can't be adjusted, right? When it rotates so that the 9 o'clock position is at the 12 o'clock position, these little guys are able to move out. And so I believe what you do is put in a little tool, and I don't remember what it looks like, but it would basically reach in this little hole here, and it would now be able to pull, pull that back, and there we go, and allow you to reset the bitting there. Okay, so these would be stopped against the side of the cylinder, and so you'd be able to push that out, take your existing key out, put a new key in, pull your little tool out, and then that would lock it back up in the new configuration. So I don't know how many differs you have, probably 5 or 6 per pin times 5 pins, whatever that is. But that gives you your changeability. Now what I suspect is that there's some way of forcing these apart in some sort of unpleasant way, such that you can get in there in an unauthorized fashion. But here's that look again. So the little tool would come in here, and again I don't remember what the tool looks like, but this would now be able to move up, and so the tool can come in, oops, and pull that little metal plate out, which causes the spring